with that hero, they just don't lose.
Fade Bolt.
Fade Bolt. There you go.
Shadow Shaman is gone. Life Stealer, a bit of a
Yeah, so Sven and
changed bans.
Timber didn't go through. I don't know. What do you think about Life Stealer? We're talking about the hero. We aren't seeing him. Like, he's banned out now.
So the reason that we saw him a lot was that everybody went Midas Radiance.
Yeah,
and it was
exactly
really good.
that.
And obviously now Midas is nerfed. Maybe that wasn't a big enough nerf to
That's a huge nerf
warrant
to
that.
Nyx, definitely. So my point exactly is the same. I think that nerf did kill the hero.
So if you get 40 less gold from Hand of Midas, you get Midas around, what, 7-8 minute mark. You get Radiance around 16, let's say, if you're having a good time.
Compared to what you had before?
Yeah,
What was
that 40 gold, you're gonna use Hand of Midas like seven times, let's say, in the meantime.
Yeah.
40 less gold, that's not that much. It's gonna delay your Radiance by a minute.
Maybe it's the psychological effect then.
Yeah.
This is nerfed, I don't like it anymore, I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna find myself something that I believe in.
What do you believe in?
What do I believe in? In love. I believe in love.
I believe in Bangalore. Sorry. By the way, for the first time this minor, we actually have a shift in terms of who is Radiant and who's Dire. Yesterday, all our matches were held with the same team on Radiant and the same team on Dire all the time. This time, Demolition Boys favored... well, either they favored Radiance or Vici favored second pick or Dire. One of the two, but at least we have a difference, a switch up. That's
You
the first
believe
time.
in love, I believe in Radiant.
You believe in Radiant. Radiant is definitely
Radiant
strong.
is
Yeah.
just better. Easier to play. I think every time this pops up, Radiant versus Dire, for me it's more natural, first of all, to play Radiant.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players have the same feeling.
I must say, if you let's say you're talking about a random game of Dota, and I say, like, I was playing something in the safe lane. Do you automatically assume that I'm Dire, or automatically assume that I'm Radiant?
Radiant.
You're Radiant.
Yeah. That's weird, right?
We're just good guys. That's
yeah.
why.
There's someone at home
Come to
sitting.
the light
Oh, I
side."
think I'm Dire.
Centaur's
person.
gone. Lycan as well. Elder Titan banned out by Vici Gaming.
They really don't want to get crushed like minute 10 with Lycan and these guys running at you. This time Pagna did go through, so you have that Decrepify versus the Troll. That can be alright. You have the Disruptor versus both of these heroes. It works kind of well versus the Pagna and the Panda. So they do value this Disruptor, and I like it. I like that they're picking it. I like that this hero has found his way back into the light.
Disruptor was CIS Classic for such a long time.
But it fell out. Like, it hasn't been in the meta for a year and a half at least or something.
The problem with him is that he's not the strongest dual laner, and when there were tri-lanes, he's extremely weak. Every time I see a Disruptor in a tri-lane, just contest him.
Remember that meta with Crystal Maiden and Axe or Doom or whatever? Like,
Yeah, he does nothing.
Like, he couldn't approach the lane. He would just disappear. So, or the meta with Witch Doctors and Warlocks. Like, what's Thunderstrike gonna do? I'm just gonna heal up every single time you use it, so...
Surprisingly, a lot of OD bans and picks, considering his win rate. He received some nerfs, but not that much. In my book, still a strong hero. This opens up some of the cheesy picks. We saw Timbersaw being banned out in the first phase.
Earth Spirit,
Well,
alright.
yeah, previous game, we had Viper banned out first phase, and now he's just ignored. So there's that. And the same thing goes for the Timbersaw. But I guess the Brewmaster's already there, so there's no real threat anymore of the Timbersaw.
I still, to this moment, don't understand that Timbersaw ban. It was first phase Timber. It's just not something that I would do.
I love the both supports on side of Vici Gaming. They play well together. You have Earth Spirit who goes in, creates a lot of mess.
So much damage between the two of them.
Yeah, and he also takes away like the bullseye on Disruptor because he creates a lot of chaos. Also gives vision for Disruptor, so he can use the glimpse effectively.
It's something that isn't talked about, actually, that you just mentioned. It isn't talked about a lot at all. Like just the fact that you have someone that goes in and makes stuff happen. It doesn't have to be good. He's just inside, everyone sees him, everyone is focusing on him. He's giving another initiator enough space to go in and do stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you have like a Nerd Spirit, it's much easier for an Axe to follow up with the call or something.
If everybody collapses on that Earth Spirit, everybody's together, is grouped up for whoever can abuse that fight. For sure.
And so much damage. Earth Spirit and Disruptor, these two together can win you a team fight.
We saw yesterday, all but gold, they picked the same combo, Pugna plus a Tiny. A lot of magical damage. Most of the times, Tinies are not getting a point in tree grab anymore. Maybe we should just remove a tree from Tiny until it gets popular again or until it gets buffed. A lot of kill potential, Decrepify into Avalanche Toss, also slow him down, toss him back to the tower.
And they loved their Tiny. Like, we were talking about it before the game one. I said if it's not banned, them boys are definitely going to pick it up. They didn't in the first game, but in the second, here it goes. Schofield loves to roam around with that little rock.
Another Dragonite.
And Night Stalker, by the way. Night Stalker, like, he got nerfed a bit, but overall the hero is still... that first night, I think if you give him enough space, if his laning stage doesn't go horribly wrong, he can do so much, especially versus heroes such as Pugna. You have that AoE silence, basically forcing the team into getting a force or something. So.
Oh, Pugna and Dragonite on the same team? This means...
YOLO push.
This means one of those is not going to be on the mid lane. I'm not a big fan on Dragonite on the side lane. They already picked Brewmaster. They might still switch it to position 5. I don't think that's strong as before anymore, and have Pugna being played as an off lane. I'll have to wait and see
Pugna
what they're going to do.
Tiny off lane isn't really the worst, right? It's fine. But still, though, having that 5 Panda is a little bit wonky, at least.
5 Panda feels weak because if you don't use that first primal split effectively, you don't get anything out of it. Sometimes it feels like you can't do anything after, especially if you're playing against these beefy heroes. You can't kill anyone besides Disruptor. Everyone's tanky enough, have a way to just run away from you.
I can't imagine you using the Brewmaster as a support when you have a CK on the enemy team or something. But at the moment, I just don't see anything that he is, a hard counter to specifically. Or am I missing something?
I don't like this Pugna Dragonite. I think they shot them.
It's like two heroes. It's two heroes that do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So it is definitely weird, but maybe they have some crazy plan. Usually what Demo Boys, I said this before this game, before the draft started, what they want is they want Kutaro on that hard carry. They want something crazy on him. So Vici Gaming, they ban out the Jug. There are still some super hard carries left remaining, so just interested in what they... But that means that these 4 heroes, 2 of them are supports, and I don't like any of those heroes as 2 supports, 4 and 5.
It's going to be an awkward support duo for sure.
On one side, you have this Earth Spirit plus Disruptor, right? Like classic, casual, good. On the other, what? You're going to have Tiny Pugna or Tiny Brew?
They could always just double down and go for a hard push. They are good in the first 20 minutes. Why not try to win in 20 minutes? You know,
That's
the logic?
a fair point. I mean, it is a fair point, maybe. Lycan has been banned out, a hero that would maybe work for them, but versus Troll.
What else do you got that would be good for that? Perhaps the Luna with the Aura, or you got the Terrorblade. You can push with the Metamorphosis.
Luna is a good pickup actually for Demolition boys if they want to go for it. Strength heroes plus Luna. I love that. Vici Gaming's not complicating anything with their draft. It's pretty easy, simple, easy to execute.
We know who's the core, we know who's the support. It's yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The only one that we're missing is well, most likely the mid, assuming that the troll is going to be on the safe lane
That's
again.
the only thing that we're not sure about.
There's
And they go
Terrorblade.
for Terrorblade, so you called it. It does make some sense. It is a hero that can push fairly well, and also is a hero that scales super well for Kotaro. So you have that plan B if your push fails. But at the same time, you have Night Stalker with AOE silence versus Terrorblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but their AoE damage is pretty low. They don't have anything that deals well with illusions. They don't push the lanes fast besides Troll.
Unless they combo well with Disruptor and Earth Spirit, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Demolition boys, I'm just interested in who's going to be their offlaner, who's going to be their position 5. Is it Pugna, is it Brewmaster?
They could get Ember Spirit for sure.
Or close.
Necro to
This.
close things out with.
All right, this hero is extremely good against the TB. He can't use Sunder because of the Reaper sight. Also, there's no kind of save on side of them boys, so TB not an easy time for him.
All right. So what's going to happen this game?
Let me just see who's playing
Yeah,
what
I'm
on
just
side of
waiting
them
to see.
boys. So it's going to be Schofield playing the Tiny as expected, position forward.
Pugna mid by
Sword is going to
Jemari.
be offlane Dragon Knight and mid Pugna. That's going to be position 5, Brewmaster.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that completely. You have that Dispel versus Zori, I guess, once you get the... And you have Pugna versus Necro, actually. That used to be the go-to counter versus Necrophos, so it's not too bad overall. Like, their draft looks very wonky, but honestly, we've seen it yesterday with Envy and Flying Penguins. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's super bad, especially with this Necro last pick. I understand it versus Terrorblade, but Pugna can crush that hero. It can be really hard for Necro to deal with Pugna, so maybe that's a chance for them boys to exploit that weakness.
Yeah, perhaps. I think them boys are going to try to set the tempo real high. And I think they can, but I think a problem might be Fade's Earth Spirit because he can set that tempo pretty high as well. What do you think the cost? Who's going to take this? Is it going to be a 2-0? Is it going to be a 2-1? Or 1-1, rather?
I feel like that Vici won this draft for sure, and it's going to be easy to execute.
Yeah.
They don't have to do any fancy stuff to win this game, just play it from the textbook.
Yeah, I think that's the case as well, but I'm going to go with them boys just for South American pride
Man
and the 50-50 here on the panel, so it's a
that's
bit more
important,
interesting. Yeah.
You know, we got to keep it exciting. And I'm sure this game will be a very exciting, and who better to report on an exciting match like this as Fogged and ODPixel.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, let's see what goes on in this game 2 between Demo Boys and Vici Gaming. What are we liking? Is there anything here that you like that's sort of been made and changed to what we saw in game 1? Do you like the fact that we're having the Terrorblade being brought in once more? We saw it yesterday from Envy. Today we're going to see Demo Boys have a bit of a try with the hero.
I mean, Envy had a great game with it. This one, there's a lot of ways to deal with him, though. There's so much silence. So it's like, even if you do get your Manta online, getting your Sunders,
as well.
yeah, getting your Sunders off are going to be extremely difficult. There's Night Stalker with the tremendous AoE silence that lasts 8 seconds when it's maxed, but well, 5 seconds at nighttime. Even 3 seconds during daytime is pretty high. And then they have Earth Spirit and Disruptors, so a lot of control to try to prevent him from doing so. I think the one thankful thing for Dem Boys is that they did get this, they first 2 picked the Pugna, and then they had this DK, so Vici was probably like, okay, Ori, get Necrophos, and DK just gets crushed in the mid lane, but they've got the way to switch it. So Pugnas ends up going mid, DK goes off lane, so they have ways to adjust at least based off of that. Their playmaking is going to be pretty tough, though, from what I'm looking at on Demo Boys. A lot of pressure is going to be put on to this Tiny to make plays around the map in the first 10 minutes.
And I guess this is already going to set out to be nice for Vici Gaming, the fact that they are changing that lane around,
Yes.
so they do get that Necro versus DK.
Exactly. So they're putting that troll mid. He's going to eat some heavy harassment from the Pugna. It'll be him he'll probably lose this lane in net worth, but he'll be able to get last hits and secure just to bring extra regen, and he'll just try to sustain through it. He's going to need help, though, especially like once the levels start to build up. The Pugna has kill threat, while on the other side, the troll doesn't really have kill threat unless he gets a rotation.
Sure. And it's going to be a lot better for the troll than it would ever be for a Necrophos.
Yeah.
Going mid against the Pugna.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll see how much paparazzi can indeed find here.
he's also got this ability to be able to... Ooh, actually misses the last hit, but being able to last hit when you have D-Crep on, always very nice. As we actually see them switching lanes already.
Yeah.
They're sending the DK mid, and Pugna is looking to go top. That's going to give Necro a free level 2.
But is it worth it because the matchup will be that strong to try and force it as such?
Not sure, because now, I mean, now Necro just has a level advantage on the Pugna. He's not even going to have an item advantage, too. And they know that this swap is already happening, so they're preparing for it as bottom.
Oh, he's going to be the first to go. It is going to be Fade dying first, so Demo Boys will find first blood.
Pretty weak tri-lane coming out from Vici. I mean, it's a daytime Night Stalker. I think Ori's going to be perfectly fine up here now. He's already got the stick, so even if you spam your D-Crep, your blast, he's going to be able to sustain through it, so... I understand they wanted to really make that change to get the lane set up, but it's costly because of the levels already. And Paparazzi does fine in mid versus the DK. Perfectly fine. He's going to free farm here. So top and mid should have a really good time for Vici, but bottom, I would say that Demo Boy should be able to secure the farm with the Tower Blade if they keep the 3 heroes down here until the 5-minute mark. Once 5-minute mark hits, it's going to be really difficult to protect this Tower Blade versus Night Stalker and Earth Spirit just collapsing on top of him. Because they're definitely going to be throwing the nukes too. DY just constantly spamming.
We'll see if they... I mean, can this Earth Spirit do anything with a rotation mid anytime soon? Like, is it possible to try, or do you just not really try for the DK kill?
Nah, it's not worth it. It's not like the DK's not pressuring your troll. There's nothing you gain out of going
Sure.
there, really.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, you're not going to kill him, he's too tanky, and it's not... Yeah, Paparazzi's not having trouble. If Paparazzi's having trouble, sure. I think Fade should focus on his levels, and he can maybe set up for the Pugna if J-Mari isn't too careful with his positioning.
And when that first nighttime hits, do you expect them to try and make a play around Yang down bottom, or is Yang looking to just get to the top lane and get on top as well of the Pugna?
Probably continue bottom. He's probably just going to stay down here and put the pressure on. He's got options, though. I mean, you're so fast when you get that nighttime on Night Stalker. And they've got the, quick heroes that can, the mobility heroes that can rotate around it with that Earth Spirit. So he'll probably just, those two will make their plays around, and DY will just probably TP and follow. But I do think bottom they could make a play, for sure, because it's going to be a very strong Night Stalker versus a Terror Blade, who in the early game is just not weak, is not strong.
On top lane, Fade. And Doria being a little aggressive here, diving past the tower with the creeps tanking the tower. They've got eyes on J-Mari. They'll land the slow.
They are
It's a
ruining
hard
this
kill, though.
They're ruining this poor Pugna, though. Like, he's got 7 last hits because they've just been dancing around him. Fade also just stood there at the creep wave and just watched him while Ori controlled the lane initially. So problematic in mid lane. Yeah, like we were saying, Troll just wins that matchup. So, and he had a level advantage on top too. As bottom though, Yang.
Yeah, it's got stick charges, and Yang will be fine. Top lane Schofield does manage to find the toss back, but there's the Ghost Shroud and the heal. It's going to be able to outdo more than the burst that J-Mari has initially. Another blast comes in, but still not enough to kill off Ori. He'll come back in with another pulse, trying to find Schofield, but it's not enough damage. Ori has the stick charges, but the right clicks are there. J-Mari has the range to take down the Necro.
Oh, Schofield had toss for the entire time too. He was just holding it for some reason. I don't think he realized because the Arcane Rune how low cooldown it was, but they are able to get that kill. Great toss back coming out from Schofield, and like I said, he has to be the active one. He's even going to find himself an invis too. Okay.
Might be able to do some... I mean, can you do something around the mid if you get a toss under the tower? And Paparazzi probably, right?
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, there's no level of stun on the DK, but...
Yeah, no mana as well at the moment. He's got a Soul Ring just about to be delivered, so he would have a brief fight in a couple of seconds. So if they can get Paparazzi under the tower, get it tossed to the DK, and that... Oh, the tower actually aggroed elsewhere for a little bit of time, but it shouldn't matter. There's Paparazzi shot, surely. Is he going to be able to deny himself to the Ancients?
They got a toss. Will they get it? They will not.
Oh, he gets away. I didn't think he'd get away there.
Couple misses from those Whirling Axes just added up. Now we have that Nighttime kicking in. Night Stalker, only level 3, but Terrorblade is only level 4 too, so we're going to see the pressure come out immediately from Yang onto TV. And rotations from Fade. He has a Mango too, so they're going to look to threaten a kill onto Kotaro Hayama here as the rotation coming in behind from DY. They really want someone here.
I'll go for XL. Roll forward. They've got the stun. Slow's going to be kicked out as well. Onto Kataro. Same time elsewhere. They do lose Ori as Jaimari is able to burst him down.
Schofield's salvaging the top lane for his team.
DY's got his eyes on Kataro, but a TP in from Axel. And DY has to be a little careful. He doesn't have a TP. At the same time, they're a little careful and they're scared about poking at the Disruptor. They know that there's backup. They know it's nighttime. Yang's around looking for action.
Schofield again patiently waiting for the rune. Maybe can make another play out of it if he's able to get it. But it is Paparazzi level 6 now.
And it's going to be the rune spawn bottom. So Fade is the one to grab it. We're looking towards Sword in the middle, but yeah, it's a very hard kill to do, Fade. He's going to get a ward down, and he's going to make the move straight towards the top lane, see if he can join forces with Ori.
These moves by Schofield, though, are so crucial for Demo Boys, because you see this Pugna is actually ahead in net worth of a Necrophos, and also Jaimari is now level 6, so easy kill threat that they can go for Ori here with the rotation from Schofield. Very good moves by the Tiny. He needed to make those moves, like we were talking about. They had a pretty big disadvantage from the swap of the lanes. He's making it work out.
And now mid lane Sword being at level 6. Vici Gaming have to be prepared for that push. Be careful if they ever leave the lane, but you imagine, yeah, as you say, Paparazzi farming more than okay here in the middle. Yeah, he's not going to be going anywhere for any sort of time. He's going to be sitting there, hitting the creeps. Yang having a bit of a poke at Kataro. Kataro very low. He's, of course, just level 5, so no chance of a Sunder or anything. He's got the 1 charges. And is a little too far behind the tower for them to go in, especially with Schofield around. Cannot get past the Tiny and finish Kataro off, so Kataro will be fine.
Paparazzi actually just used the Shrine to make sure that he's got full mana. He had stick charges, but he wants to be full so that he can stay in the lane to make sure that Sword can't just keep poking that tower as we see him doing. DY looking to get some wards down. Schofield is making the move toward mid, but Sword, he's getting gone on first.
They're having to try this. With the ultimate Paparazzi, they're moving, they get the root, Ori's in. They've managed to get the kill here with the Reaper's Scythe. That's a dead DK for 40 seconds. Schofield does get the combo onto DY. Vici Gaming will take that. A loss of a support, but taking that Dragon Knight off the map for 30 seconds.
Jaimari tried to save him. He decrept him, and it's like, uh-oh. Reaper Scythe with decrep. Thank you.
Yeah, I sort of wonder what that was. I was like, hang on, was that an offensive ghost rat? I was like, hang on, that's not how that spell works. I mean, decrep or not, he was.
Yeah, he was dead for sure. It was the right move for him to make to try to save his teammate, and it's the right rotations, right?
Yeah.
They mirrored each other's movements. Ori TP'd, and immediately Jaimari TP'd too to try to just match those movements. That means Fade now gets a bit of that top lane experience. Paparazzi goes jungle, and again queues up the Battle Fury. So he's just looking to, make sure he can scale.
Yeah, worked out last time.
Yep.
Vici Gaming with the confidence that they can just keep the game in a state where the Battle Fury will pay off.
We see TB doing the same thing. I mean, we see it. Carry core jungles, and you give the lane 2 support so they get levels. Schofield being chased out. The Dark Ascension should be more than enough.
Easy for Yang to chase down. Punch him to pieces as the Night Stalker. They get the glimpse across as well onto Axel. See if they can find another kill out of this with the Thunderstrike out on, and Yang continues to chase over the trees. Yeah, they're going to get it. The Thunderstrike ticks Axel down.
Actually such a strong combo when you think about it. We've seen a lot of there's nighttime usages with the glimpse and stuff, but with Dark Ascension, full unobstructed vision for those 30 seconds. You can just easily get glimpse plays.
There's no hiding at all from this combo.
Yeah.
As top Sword, he's going to head up here, look to get some pressure onto the tier 1 tower top.
Trying to make the most of his DK forms. Just like last game, it wasn't Sword who was playing, it was Jaimari who had an excellent, first 12, 15 minutes. He took out all the 3 of the tier 1s. So they're trying to do that again here. They're even bringing the Pugna up as well. They are pretty strong to fight when they're rallied around the Dragon Knight until the level 6s come out on Vici, which they don't have on the supports just yet. Schofield's starting to hunt.
See Fade. We'll get the roll away. They'll try with the Decrepify, but Fade's already too far away for them to get the full catch on him. Vici Gaming coming in with the counter players. Ori and DY ready to wrap around.
Yang does not have a TP to go up top, though.
Well, they're sort of moving between top and mid lane. Looks like they don't want to try and do anything about top. They'll accept that one's gone. Demolition Boys, they'll take the map. Vici Gaming get 4 bounty rings.
Yeah, they secured the bounties, I guess, with that smoke. They probably were like, can we fight this? And Yang's like, it's going daytime.
Yep.
I don't have ulti. My TP was already used. So, yeah, they make the choice to just give up the tower and trade the bounties. Okay, cool. So Ori's going to be going for the rushed Holy Locket build, giving himself that extra heal and extra just a bit of magic resistance that he definitely wants versus Tiny Pugna. Good amount of magic damage actually coming out from DK, Breathe Fire, Tiny, Brew, and Pugna.
It's the toss initiation here, bringing Axel in on top of the Necrophos. The magic damage should be more than enough. As he gets stunned down, surrounded, they'll get the kill on Ori with this Primal Split. They may even be able to find more. They'll try for Fade. Another stun out from Axel. Fade turns around, gets the silence out onto the Brew as he comes back into the Brew form. He's now stuck underneath the tower. Is DY stuck with him? That's the question, though. As DY tries to pop down a kinetic field, but Axel just runs him down, drops the clap. They picked up 2 kills, Demolition boys. See if they can get anything more. They have to be careful, Vici Gaming.
DY had Static Storm, too. He just wasn't able to throw it out because the mini avalanche stuns, and it's another tower that immediately with that DK form, they're looking to pressure.
TP's going to be back in from Ori as he respawns. Sword, if he finds a stun, they could go for another kill here. They lead forward, avalanche to set up onto the Earth Spirit. Fade getting sucked down by the life drain. It's a dead Earth Spirit. The Reaper side will be there down onto the Tiny. Thunderstrike as well onto Axel gives them the vision required for the glimpse back. Vici Gaming will strike back, get a couple of kills in return as Demolition boys overstay their welcome. Nearly finding that with a Dragon Tail, but the TP out just in time.
That was so close.
But they get the tower. They're taking these towers again. 12 minutes in, pretty much as you say, similar pace as what Demolition boys were able to open up the game with in game 1 at the beginning.
Sword even, he tried to get for like a 1 poke on the tower. They glyphed for it. So trying to maximize his usage of his ult, and he's actually queued up an urn. So I guess he wants to be the Spirit Vessel buyer since he probably thinks that his 2 supports won't get it. And then they need a Spirit Vessel. Well, they want a Spirit Vessel versus the Necrophos.
I mean, I guess because, yeah, that is what one of the downsides of going for what the Holy Locket build. It can be countered as such by that item.
Yeah, he's going to have to go for some type of cleanses, dispels.
Yeah, once he has the Greaves.
The Greaves, yeah, Greaves, Lotus, Yules, whichever build he wants to go for. It's also, like, Spirit Vessel's not bad against Troll even, too, because you prevent that lifesteal from his ulti.
Actually, how does it... When you use the Greaves, does it remove the Spirit Vessel before it gives you the heal?
Yes.
Or it does?
I'm pretty sure. It
so you get the full
first.
heal, you don't get a minimalized heal. Yeah.
And it'll be an amplified heal, too, because he has the ult.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So it's, yeah, Greaves are going to be beautiful. Will take him a bit of time to get there, of course, Ori. But times, 30 minutes in, 7-7. Sure, they've lost 2 tier 1 towers.
Kotaro.
But it's pretty even on net worth. And if they find that Terrorblade,
they're spotting him now.
They may just do so.
Yeah, they got him.
They roll in. Trapped in the field. Static Storm down.
Whoa. That was a Magnetize committed as well. I don't think they needed all of that. Well, they got him.
That was a little bit of a bash the keyboard moment from everybody.
They just wanted to make sure he doesn't get thunder. I guess. Again, though, immediately, see Sword poking tower.
They are going to try and have a bit of a go here onto the Necrophos. They've got scope with the wraparound. Avalanche toss combo is not enough. Pops the 1 charge is on top of the Ghost Shroud. He's pretty much back up to full. The Primal Split wraparound is there, though, and they've got further lockdown onto Ori. Ori, he's going to still die. The blast comes out from Jaimari. Ori is dead. Controls there onto Yang. They're heading up to the high ground to try and find him. Fade comes in with the kick out onto the Dragon Knight. Sword, stick charges are there. Turns with the Dragon Tail stun out onto Yang. Yang gets hit by the clap. He's trying to get himself over the tree line, but the life drain give them vision. Is it enough? It is. They get Yang.
And now Paparazzi showed up too.
I said they've got to be careful, Vici Game. They've only got 2 heroes here. Paparazzi heads back up. He's going to be in range of the toss. Sauna has the Dragon Tail. In comes the rest of the team as Demolition boys absolutely smashing Vici Game. But it was around this 40-minute mark in game 1 where we saw these sort of plays where they're very good at sort of feeling the tempo. If they get 1 kill, they'll know exactly how to continue and sort of bait out more action and keep the fight going in a way where they just get multiple kills. As Vici Gaming, they seemingly crumble in these fights. As we saw obviously in game 1, Vici Gaming were able to pick it back up big time. But these sort of portions of the game, you do see sort of the brilliance of some of Demolition Boys' team fight coordination earlier.
Yeah, and understanding of when they can fight, right? They're like, Disruptor and Static Storm and Magnetize were used. That's their team fight. And Jaimari is quite strong right now in this Pugna with this Aether Lance.
He's getting kills after kill. Can he get DY with the life train in time? He can. That's DY dead. Another kill for Demo Boys. They'll turn towards Fade. Turns with a smash slow onto them all. If they got anything to cancel the TP in time, they do not.
But now they can instantly go for the pressure on tower. Sword has ulti again. Jaimari, 406 on that Pugna, who got zoned pretty hard up top. But yeah, Schofield securing it. And some great fights they've been able to take while abusing, abusing that paparazzi. He's just going for a Battle Fury again. So they're trying to keep that tempo up that we've been seeing from him in the last 2 games. And now they're picking up some, pretty big items, right? This Blink Dagger on support, Tiny. While Kotaro's able to get, he's just been playing his own game. It's been the 4 of them running around as Kotaro just
He's
jungles.
getting space. He's getting space. I mean, it really does feel like a similar story to Game 1 at the moment. You just got to wait and see if Vici Gaming can swing it back around, get Paparazzi back in the lead in this farm.
They're playing the farm game.
In Game 1.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they are playing the farm game. With the Battle Fury, they've even gotten the Midas now for the Night Stalker too. So they're looking to try to delay it, but you look at the way that the itemization is coming out from Demo Boys, they don't want them to delay it. A pipe has been...
Yeah, look at the DK, yeah.
A pipe. They got... Do they have anybody with the... Anybody queued up a mech? No, they have the Glimmer Cape on J-Mari to protect himself, but... They still have a super strong push. They draw the line. They're like, yeah, let's go. We've got DK all
Now going to try for the Terrorblade. You get the silence off. Static Storm down as well. Katara Hayama to surely fall in. Nothing available to save him as they lose the Terrorblade. Demolition Boys are going to try their best to strike back. Fade is able to roll himself away over the cliffs and over the bridge back to safety. Lose Disruptor, but Vici Gaming will be happy. Taking Terrorblade off the map, slowing down his farm mid lane. Sword. He tries to lead him with the Dragon Tail. Paparazzi and Yang are there with the counterplay as well as Fade. TP's in, rolls on forward. Sword is still alive. They'll go for the squishy kill, get J-Mari, and now they'll be able to turn back and deal with Sword as well by the looks of it as they'll chase him down. He has got that hood active, but it's not enough to save him from this magical damage as the Reaper's side from Mori falls upon his head. Knocks him out for 60 seconds. And Paparazzi's Battle Fury is done. And it seems to be we're back on track for a bit of a repeat of Game 1.
Yeah, those mistakes definitely hurt, as we saw actually the DK. He didn't have ulti. I meant Brew ulti, it was ready, but he actually poured a top. He got glimpsed all the way back to mid, and he didn't move really. He kind of just stayed in the same area, and they were well aware of it. The Dark Ascension provides the vision, and they get those great kills. Fade actually coming in super clutch there with the Boulder Smash, actually connecting on the both of them so they can chase that Pugna.
Just a 1k lead now for Demolition Boys.
Yeah, and it's nighttime too, so Yang sure he's got Midas, but you can use this just like hit jungle creeps and... Okay, they're trying to take advantage again. They know that some of the ultimates were used.
And they should get away with this.
3 stones
Vici's
on
down bottom.
Vici does not seem aware of this. Nice heads up play again by Demo Boys. Actually has to use the Sunder on his illusion.
Are they getting this? They're getting this for free. Regen Rune as well, picked up by Schofield. He's got it ready in the bottle, so he's going to have that sort of pseudo second life in the fights as well. And Aegis is going to be picked up, of course, by Katara. He's going to take it on the Terrorblade.
Do they have much reveal on the side of Vici? I'm only seeing a Sentry. I mean, they're going to buy lots of reveal soon, but I'm only seeing a Sentry on Disruptor right now, and there's 2 Glimmers actually on the side of Demo Boys to be able to protect people, so... Dust on Night Stalker or Dust on the Earth Spirit are going to be necessary.
Demo Boys gearing up for a tier 2 tower push up top. Elder Dragon forms ready to pop on Sword. And with the Aegis on Kataro, it'll be a little harder for Vici Gaming to try and tackle a team fight. Demolition Boys have certainly got the push between the two of them, this Pugna and DK combination.
I mean, Sword is not committed to his DK form still.
It does, yeah, for now it doesn't need to. So he can save it for more. They can go... I mean, they don't really want to pressure high ground yet. Would they rather settle for tier 2 mid, or can you start to get...
Try to let them go for kills. I think anytime you go for those type of high ground pushes, you're playing versus Disruptor. They could have buybacks. Like that's how you lose a game right there. It's just you get caught by this Earth Spirit who has a 4-second or 8-second cooldown on roll and glimpses constantly. They have so much chase potential. So the mid tower is much better. And they also, how long for meta? 40 seconds still on meta. And it will be, this time around, a Manta BKB build on the TV. Yeah. Absolutely necessary. I think even in the last game, it probably was the build for the Morphling. But way too much to silence is coming out on the side of Vici for him not to do this.
They're getting away with these towers. They are not choosing to do anything about them outside of the high ground, Vici Gaming. As long as there's just space and they know that Paparazzi can be elsewhere, split pushing on the map.
Is that 4 bounties? Yep, 4 bounties for Demo Boys too, after that map control. And the damage right now for Vici is looking pretty damn limited. Into that pipe. The pipe DK? most of their damage is magical.
It really was. It was a lot of reliance on Ori getting him with the pulses and a Reaper Scythe onto a target. But with that pipe, it's going to be a whole lot harder to do that.
Yeah, Disruptor and Earth Spirit are like the big team fight that comes into play for Vici, but now it's, that pipe really does quite, like, even the Glimmers too. DY.
Oh, they've got the control. Schofield's in with the combo. DY caught out alone in the river. 2,700 gold towards that Terrorblade BKB. I mean, they're going to have, and with that one, with the BKB, they can certainly try and push high ground, right?
Yep, that's what they can threaten with.
BKB and Meta ready to push. At that point, the game gets into a bit of a tricky place for Vici Gaming. So Demo Boys, no real rush until they do get that item pickup. Katara actually having a bit of a poke at Ori. Having no fear at all with this Aegis.
Earth Spirit's on high ground just watching all this. Fade's just like, okay. Yeah, waiting for that BKB on Demo Boys. They're keeping the lanes pushed in. Top and bottom, though, Vici will be able to shove out. And they will have a pipe now of their own. So pipe and I believe, is that the Guardian Greaves too? Okay, so pipe and Guardian Greaves. Okay. So Vici's also
that's a big step up.
Looking a bit tankier too to be able to take these fights. Just going to have to be able to kite around that Aegis and as well as that the BKB that will be coming out soon. But I actually think the Aegis is going to expire as he gets the BKB. So we might see Vici actually look for a fight soon. Oh.
Easy Sunder there for Katara.
Casual Sunder.
Yes, multiple. They are going to go for the Axel kill. They have a Glimmer Cape, but Dust sentries are down. They see him, but with the Pyre helping him out, Axel's going to easily get off the Primal Split. Now they could try and turn and fight. They look towards Fade. Fade is able to roll down to the low ground. He's chasing down J Mari. Schofield actually keeping eyes on Ori, gets the toss back onto the Necrophos, brings him into the hands of Sorb with the Dragon Tail. The right clicks as well from Kataro. Is it going to be enough? They'll fall on the Terrorblade, but he has the Aegis, and they do get that kill onto Ori. So, I think they'll take that, especially if they can pick up more. Looking to the side, they are going to be able to do so. It's DY. And pop stick charges. Schofield does have a tree toss. He's got a double toss as well. Toss on the DK, toss on a tree.
And mid lane now, Paparazzi too showed up. He'll be okay. And now,
Fade's here. Oh, and they will.
And they might look for this as well.
They're going to try for it. They know he's not got an Aegis.
There's another roll for Fade. If he wants to commit forward, he actually doesn't.
A little scared. They see Schofield coming in. I guess they expect the sword's going to be very close by as well. They don't want to dive further.
A crazy fight of heavy amounts of damage mitigation coming into play from that pipe on both sides.
Yeah, mate. I mean, Axel he didn't even drop low at all at the start.
No, he did not.
There was no sweat from him. Being caught in the Static Storm, easily able to outlive it and get that Primal Split off at the start.
I think Fade did something pretty important in that fight, though, just zoning the Pugna out of the fight, because it's so much damage that Jamari can actually do to be able to take out most of the targets on their lineup. So he just trained him in the fight, zoned him a bit out, where they could have actually lost a lot more there on the side of Vici. They were able to actually get Paparazzi quite a lot of farm during that fight, and then he came and joined and even got a kill. And now he's getting close to his BKB on the Troll Warlord, which is so crucial. I mean, versus Pugna, playing without BKB as a troll makes your game pretty miserable.
Especially when this Pugna's getting close to the old dagger.
Yeah.
Paparazzi, I mean, it's definitely not as smooth sailing as it was in Game 1 now at this point for Vici Gaming. They're still ahead, but slightly behind in net worth. Sure, Paparazzi, he's still farming well. He's the top core on the map at the moment. But Demo Boy is showing us these last few fights, and especially with this Terrorblade, if they get another team fight win, they can take apart your base with the Metamorphosis. It just seems like, they have much more potential this game with this Terrorblade Pugna lineup than they did last game with sort of the Morph.
Yeah,
and the DK as the two main cores. I mean, the fact they got DK, Pugna, and Terrorblade, I mean, these three heroes will take your base.
Yeah, they very complement each other extremely well. In this game, they haven't made the same mistakes that they did the last time so far. As long as they just keep their cool together, they still do have a great shot in this game.
Yeah, the Warriors, if they do lose a team fight and then Paparazzi is just suddenly an item ahead, then that's when the problems do begin.
I mean, the big scary thing is, too, that Paparazzi is like level 19 and Terrorblade's only 14. I think that's level 18. About to be 19.
I mean, yeah, he's basically 19.
Yeah.
That's quite a difference.
It's quite a difference on your carries.
That is quite a difference. I mean, it's a huge difference. This is, oh dear. It's a very high-level troll. I mean, we saw it last game as well. Just Paparazzi, the way he gets away with the farm.
Yang's just in.
He just walked in.
He's just dead. He didn't even
He
pop pipe.
literally just walked in. He'll buy back. Maybe that was the plan all along. He wanted to bait out all the spells and the auras. He's going to walk in again. Yang, he's just dead again. He's running. I mean, he will survive actually on 40 HP. And they have got the kill onto the Pugner. Maybe this was all part of Yang's master plan.
He's still alive. He's shiny. He's going to come back.
He did live.
The Bruce split is over now. The BKB on Terrorblade was used. They've pretty much expended everything on the side.
They get the glimpse on Axel. They do miss the rolling forward with the stun. On the side, they're trying for Sword. Sword goes for the TP, but they'll be able to cancel it. They've got Axel. They're going to get DK as well. And it seems like Yang, with the suicide play, it paid off. He just walks in. They go, oh, right, what an idiot. Easy kill. But haha, no. They got tricked. They got fooled. Yang instantly buys back. He just does it again. I mean, he was probably expecting to die a second time. He was like, I'm just going to walk in. And it worked.
I think his initial play was like, let me try to bait this BKB. If I go in onto this TB, I might get it. They actually saved it on Kotaro for long enough, but he's just such a distraction because 17 armor with a pipe. He's no joke when they try to bring him down.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was all perfectly planned.
Yeah, he saved the pipe too. That was like the weird. He like just ran in without popping pipe, so
because I think he knew he was going to die.
Yeah, it was a plan.
It was a plan all along.
Paparazzi down mid. BKB down for 2 more seconds. Might just be able to use it.
He's just going to pop it now. Play it safe. Doesn't want to get caught out by a Schofield tiny combo. And those are the kind of holds that make it look a little scary for Demo Boys. They had the lead. They do have this strong push. But if Vici Gaming is able to sort of break them up like that, throw a body at them, and then make them fight not really at the high ground, but just outside of the base, then suddenly they're a core down, and they don't have this ability to just group up and push when they get dismantled.
They're trying to continue this one here. They don't have meta for about 30 seconds. DK form is ready though, and they're just kind of they don't want this game to get stalled out.
No, they want to end it now. I mean, with the BKB on the Terrorblade, it is this power peak. They've just got to somehow get at least one of the heroes of Vici Gaming. Make space for them to really get in on top of the racks.
Look at Yang just stalking in the back lines. He's got 2 minutes left on his nighttime too, and even has Dark Ascension when it is over.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Creating a distraction and pulling Demolition Boys away from an attempted push.
Yeah, and now Vici, they're going to smoke themselves to try to look for something here. They know that they're in the mid though. That creep wave just died while they're smoked, so Demo Boy should be very aware of this
all
smoke
the pings are coming out.
Yeah.
They know.
I mean, you see a creep wave just
dying.
died to invis units, so it's like... Vici's trying to get a wraparound here. They, if they can get the high ground.
They look like they're preparing for this, Demo Boys. It's a big wraparound from Vici Gaming. And this is going to catch him off guard. They're going to get on top of Sword. Sword will be able to turn over the Dragon Tail Stunner onto Yang. Jump forward from Schofield, getting the 2-man avalanche. The Static Storm is down upon them. They'll roll away as the Earth Spirit trying for the kick. Paparazzi with the BKB looking to commit onto J Mari. They have the dust to get vision of him through that Glimmer Cape as J Mari's got another self-decrepify. He's going to turn with a life drain. He's still alive for now. He's running away. Another Spirit Vessel charge is down upon him, but Sword has the Dragon Tail to hold back Paparazzi as J Mari will survive. Katara Yama in perfect position with the Metamorphosis and the BKB as they've killed off 2 of Vici Gaming. The toss-up onto Paparazzi will get the ult off as he looks towards Sword, but another Dragon Tail stun holds the troll down. Paparazzi will get taken out by the Thunderclap of Axel. And Yang, is he actually going to get away from this? Schofield,
he's got a tree, can get the vessel on him. No, not quite. Another blink in 5, but I think Yang might just be a little bit too fast here.
Let's see. Can he read where he goes? Tries for the blind avalanche, but indeed Yang headed down bottom.
J Mari did so much work in that fight. I saw Paparazzi BKB chase him, but the fact that he has boots of travel and Yules, this is a 494 movement speed Pugna. So Troll, sure, he's got the SNY, but he was able to buy time for that whole BKB to run out, saves himself again, and then the fight just got so split up there that the TB was able to do crazy amounts of damage in the backlines because he wasn't focused. I think Ori also killed himself on the Nether Ward trying to Reaper Scythe the TB.
Well, that was an ambitious TP there from Axel. Standing outside of the base going for a TP. It will be cancelled, but he is able to walk away with the help of Schofield, getting the avalanche onto them. Glimmer Cape as well, giving Axel a little bit of extra chance to escape, but they have another dust. And they will find Axel at the end of the day.
And it's a recall, so he's dead for 82 seconds.
I'll take that. Bit of a crazy back and forth game, this one.
Yep. That fight was massive, though. The Butcher Treble, honestly, he just was so fast. It's just the movement speed that he really had.
So, this full butterfly is just going to make all the difference. We saw already in that last fight how much Katara is able to do, and he gets himself in an ideal position.
Yeah. And it's like the way that the fight started, too. It's, you know, you see Vici wrapping around, and they're like, oh, we found someone. It's like, oh, God, it's the DK.
Yeah.
He's the tankiest hero. That's not the one we want to really go for when he's got 2400 HP in Vlad's pipe.
Now with that buyback from Axel, they're looking to secure the Roche pit. Katara's in there. The butterfly is going to take it at a pretty decent pace.
It's daytime, too. They have a Dark Ascension available for Yang if he wants to try to just keep tabs on how low it is. He might just do that soon. They're watching Schofield.
They'll surely want to try and get in this pit. Can they time it right though? And whoa, Schofield jumps in with the avalanche onto the two. And the Static Storm is down, controlling Sword's Dragon Knight, but in there goes Kotaro Hayama with the BKB Metamorphosis, looking towards Paparazzi. Paparazzi with his BKB trying to beat through the Primal Split. Brewlings, Schofield turns with a number combo onto Ori. Ori trying to get himself out at the range of these illusions. Will manage to escape. Yang's on top of the Terror Blade with the BKB already used. There's no escape for him. So despite being in position in the middle, he didn't quite have the damage to actually finish off any of the kills, Kataro. Vici Gaming, all 5 still alive. 2 dead on Demolition Boy. Schofield trying to get DY, but he's not going to be able to find it as Paparazzi comes in with the wraparound, has the root.
And they find
get
Excel as well.
too. He tries for another TP, but sentries are down, seeing through his Glimmer Cape. 4 dead on Demolition Boys, just as it looked like they were getting the game back under their control. They crumble around the pit.
Their DK died immediately, right at the start of that fight. He just got caught by absolutely everything. Look at him. He literally did 0 in the fight. He just died right away, and that was the fight where Kataro committed to buy a full butterfly right before it.
He did. He went, and it wasn't enough. I thought it would be.
Did he get cheese? He got the cheese.
He got the cheese. And in fact, with that Decrepify, can he get out? The Spirit Vessel's on him as well as the Silence. Doesn't look like he can. As Sword, he does swap the cheese in, but with the Spirit Vessel on him, it's going to minimize the heal. Another roll forward, has the control with the glimpse back. Sword will die. So denies the cheese, effectively taking it away from Vici Gaming. But Vici Gaming has still got the kill on the Roche, and they still got that Aegis.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back deaths for him as well. As we see that swing on the graph.
Sort of, yeah, it's been up and down, but pretty much always in favor of Demo Boys. But now it's gonna swing around. Demo Boys, they're actually having a sizable experience advantage, but I imagine that's going to change after that last fight kicks in.
No, that's Vici.
Oh, so Vici Gaming,
had it the whole time.
Yeah, sorry.
Because of how over-leveled Paparazzi was.
That makes
the whole
much
game.
more sense.
Yeah. Because even when it was, what, 6K gold lead or so?
They were still ahead.
They were still
in levels.
almost 10,000 experience ahead, actually, which is pretty insane.
This troll is just ridiculous. He's got an MKB done now, Paparazzi.
Now he can actually stand toe-to-toe with the TB.
I don't know if they can beat this troll. I mean, we saw what Paparazzi was able to do in game 1. Yeah. And even though this has been back and forth, now it's sort of the first time back and forth in Vici Gaming's ballpark in terms of numbers.
Ooh. Schofield.
Do you find Paparazzi?
Bit of a toss back here, but he's speedy.
Yeah, and he's got BKB as well if he feels threatened.
Yeah.
It's very hard for Demolition Boys to kill him at this point of the game.
Yeah, now what's the BKB looking like? It's still 7 seconds for the TB, but they've gotten so many more tanky items now on Vici. They picked up this Shiva's Guard now on Ori too, so he's going to be a much harder target to focus. Like, all of them are hard to focus.
all of their cores. I mean, yeah, all of the team.
FY, or DY can die, but killing Fade, this is an Earth Spirit. This is a 2,500 HP hero, so even if they get the combos, it's tough. Ori, though, getting stunned up here.
So they can kill him. He's got the backup of Paparazzi, so Ori will not feel too worried at all by Demolition's Boys' attempts.
He's got a full heal waiting. He's got those 14 magic wands and his Ghost Shroud plus Greaves. Yang.
He's in. He's got eyes on Katara. Nighttime will be popped. They get the vision for the glimpse back. Kinetic Field won't quite catch him in time. He's got the movement speed to get out of there. Yang now turning towards the other two with the 2 silence of the Brew and the Dragon Knight. No further follow-up, though. Vici Gaming not wanting to dive further. Schofield's going to be able to get the punish play, or at least try to, on Ori, but he's forced back. Ghost Shroud's out. Ori's already back up to full HP. Roll forward from Fade. They're on top of the tiny Reaper side down as well. Cuts Schofield out of the game for a good amount of time, but he buybacks immediately. Katara Hayama turns with the BKB, the Sunder back up to full. They have got Paparazzi surrounded. Paparazzi falling pretty fast here as they'll take the Aegis out of him. Ori waltzes in with the Death Pulse, the glimpse back play onto Kataro. He's back, stuck in the kinetic field, silenced as well. Kataro, can he survive? The pipe buff keeping him alive, but not enough. The physical attacks fly through from Yang, as that is a dead Terror Blade for a full minute. Yang did die for this, but he has buyback himself if he feels the need to commit with it. Sword actually jumping in, trying to keep this fight going. Goes for the Dragon Tail stun onto the Necrophos. Paparazzi's in, getting the vision, another glimpse back. Sword tried to poke at this, but it looks like he may pay of his life as Vici Gaming will surround the Dragon Knight. Vision is down and out, as Sword will die. Roll forward from Fade. Defensive decryptor from Jaimari used to try and save Axel.
Man, they're just too durable. Jaimari commits forward, though. He's actually able to find Fade.
And Gem is on the ground. DY will pick it up. Maybe they can get DY as well. Jaimari trying his best to go for this. XL also poking about, but he's on about 10% of his HP. Schofield's in with the combo, but the BKB's out from Paparazzi. Another Glimmer Cape out on the Schofield, but they've still got that gem, they've still got that vision. As Vici Gaming clean up another.
I wish I could see how much healing Ori just did in that last fight. The amount of sustain that they have just from this Necrophos. Look at this. He also did 12,000 damage, of course.
Yep.
But it was insane how much he's able to pump out. These long-lasting fights are
yeah,
just not beneficial at all for Demo
we
Boys.
saw on the numbers, they were 11 Death Pulses out and 3 Guardian Greaves in that fight.
Yeah. It was like a 90-second fight.
Yeah.
DK form was full duration throughout that fight. And he's just, he's too durable. He's getting way too many spells off, and they can't kill. They can kill Fade because they got the Sunder on him, but they're too tanky. And the damage coming out, even though they have a Pugna, it's not quite enough. And their lineup is really about, like, you have to kill people during that Bruce Split. When Bruce Split ends, the fight becomes so much more difficult. And now I believe that's a level 25 Troll as well, so now he has the Dispel, at least for himself.
What are you trying to mainly dispel off this game?
I mean, he's got Decrep.
Yeah, I guess
Decap, you can also
right.
get rid of the annoying, what is it, Reflection.
3,300 gold. I mean, you can start building that Satanic.
Oh, actually, it removes the... Sorry, it's a strong Dispel, my bad. So it removes the stuns, too. Because it already applies a basic Dispel on the original.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
I don't think... Yeah, Paparazzi, he's got no excuses. He's probably not going to die again this game.
Yep, probably not. As bottom... Oh, my God. That was the Terror Blade. Just disintegrated.
He's going to have to buy back probably Katara if they do push on. It's a minute without him. I mean, if you're Vici Gaming here, you'd love to force out the buyback from Katara.
I mean, they still have 2 minutes on nighttime, too, so they can continue forcing this.
Yeah.
He used Ascension anyway, but, I mean, it's off. It's off now. And, yeah, they're looking to threaten here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
the high ground they go. Fortification.
Oh, yeah, you're hitting yourself.
It.
There, stop it. Cinderbrew hit himself like 6 times.
Ooh.
They glimpsed the Pugna out, but he doesn't actually have bots up for 20 seconds. He used both TPs.
Oh, so he's going to be stuck down on that bottom lane.
He's stuck there.
I mean, he will keep pushing. I mean, he doesn't mind this, right? Jaimari is actually going to take a Rax.
He might, yeah.
He's actually going to take a Rax, probably. Okay, no. They've got Yang. He's not taking a Rax. As mid lane, Vici Gaming, they are taking a Rax.
Excel is getting silenced up here.
He does. He's been glimmered. He is still alive as Vici Gaming will focus on finishing off the melee racks. They'll now put the Primal Split. Look for the control onto Paparazzi. The rest of the team being forced to back off for now. Look at the Elder Dragon form slows onto him. Another Dragon Tail stun onto Paparazzi. Dagon down, but he now puts the BKB. Paparazzi feeling more than safe as he'll turn, take the kill onto Jaimari. Now he has the ultimate. He's got his hands onto Axel. Does get stunned up. Paparazzi, can he survive for this? Well, he can with the Reaper's Scythe coming down. That's going to be a 2-minute death timer on the Brew. 3 dead on Demolition Boys. Only Katara and Sword left alive. Glimpse back onto Kataro, surrounded by Vici Gaming, into the silence of Yang's Night Stalker. As Kataro, he has got a buyback, but his 3 teammates do not, and Sword also in trouble. Vici Gaming diving into the base. Sword and Kataro, the only ones with buybacks. Vici Gaming, no, they go for the game, and the game is forced. GG is called, and Vici Gaming take game 2 and take this series as a whole 2-0 against Demolition Boys.
Yeah, they just tanked up, right? Everybody got too tanky for them to actually kill them inside of their ults. Like the meta's popped, the Brew Split is popped, they pop pretty much everything, and majority of the heroes on Vici are just able to sustain through it and get so many spells off. I saw in some fights, I want to say that their Spirit got like 8, 9, 10 maybe